Hello, welcome back to On the Road Adventure. Another glorious sunny day. It feels like summer has hit us.
And also, it's the very beginning of a long May bank holiday.
This might be problematic for us.
It's nearly 12, and just before we're ready to leave our pitch, somebody else turned up to claim our pitch. Yeah. So we kind of have to move on now.
We have been told that the season starts here on this site today, and they are fully booked from today. And that's fine, we're on our way now, and we've got some lovely planned stops. However, we have realised that this may well be the case for every campsite along the way. So we don't know whether we're just going to make the long haul home later tonight, having visited some places along the way.
To be fair, I'm missing home because my neck hurts from the pillow. I don't know why, maybe I'm using it wrong or something, but I can do another night.
I'm a big fan. This is the Flex Tail pillow that I recommended recently. I'm a big fan of it. I really like it. Eva's not getting on with it. Well, but that's the thing, it's a personal thing. But they're so cheap that you can buy them and test different pillows out. I think it's about 15 quid. It could be something else,
you know, sometimes, you know, when you're in your 30s, something just hurts and you blame the pillow, but it could be something completely different. Yeah,
that's the way it goes sometimes. Right, for now, we're going to get out these lovely people's way there for a nice bank holiday weekend. They've brought everything with them, so they are well prepared, and we brought almost nothing. So we're going to get on our way. Jump on the bikes, and away we go. All right, it is getting toasty already. Need to get some airflow moving, get these bikes going.
Yeah, happy to leave.
All right, now look at the difference. We got a bag each. I'm telling you before we go, we ain't got room for a chair, taking too much stuff. The luxury of having a car and a trailer. Those guys next to us, they got everything: kitchen, sink, air fryer. You think of it, they got it. They only stop in the weekend. Madness. They got games and gazebos and tents and full-size duvets. Hey, we might have overlooked this bank holiday weekend thing. We have been warned this site will be completely Ramo today. It might be because we just turn up at a site or whatever and assume it's all right. But on days like this, it might be problematic. Well, worst case scenario, if we can't find anywhere to stay later, we'll just have to put in a few hours on the motorway and get ourselves home. But look at them, they're queuing to come in already. They've been up nice and early, ready to go.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, we are leaving the Peak District now. We do have to do a bit of motorway miles to get down to where we're going, but we are heading to the very top of the Cotswolds, where there are some amazing biker cafes we really want to show you. So we'll spay the motorway journey and we'll see you there. Well, we had a couple of hours on the motorways getting down to where we are now. It was really busy, a bit chaotic, but it saved us a lot of time and puts us where we want to be. So we're heading now to a really well-known cafe, not just for bikers really, but for all petrolheads. We've not been to this one yet, but it's been on our maps for a little while.
Yeah, that will be definitely well-deserved stop. I'm dying to stop after the motorway slog, to be fair.
Well, the name suggests that we are in for a good coffee here. This is Caffeine Machine. Well, thoughts of that lovely coffee we really fancied pulling and disappeared really quickly when we saw our favourite alcohol-free lager on tap.
Really thirsty.
I say favourite.
Don't worry.
I can't
it's
tell you what the name is. What is it? Estrella something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Spanish Estrella or whatever you call it.
It's lovely, yeah.
Coffee will be soon anyway, after the food.
In the meantime, we have ordered massive burgers by the looks of it. Not only do they do your standard burger and chips, but they do dirty fries as well with the chips. So you got to go all in when you're having something like that, haven't you?
Yeah, sounds pretty exciting to be fair.
I love the sun. You know, there's nothing better than sitting outside in a beer garden, feeling the sun cooking the side of your face with an ice cold
Yeah,
one.
when we were going on a motorway, it was starting to get a little bit cool, and the sand went away for a minute. But now
That was so worth
it's
knocking it
picking
out
up.
though. We did a few miles and we got down to the pretty bit
Yeah.
again where we want to be. It's so worth it sometimes. Well, dinner's just turned up.
Yeah, we got it all in a paper bag.
Takeaway bag for some reason. Did you order the same thing?
No,
Oh, there's one
That's
burger.
mine.
That looks massive. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
That is dirty fries with beef brisket and all the rest of it on there. As burger and chips go, that looks absolutely amazing. That is good, isn't it?
it's good. It's 3 o'clock. Quick coffee, and we shall move on. Definitely recommend this space. There's loads of bikes that come in and go in all the time.
Cars as well,
Loads
if
of
that's your
fancy
thing.
cars, yeah.
We don't know too much about cars, but there's Porsches and BMWs and some tricked out modified things and that knocking around. So yeah, this is definitely a place we could come and sit and just watch what comes and goes. And you'll see interesting things all day, I'm sure.
Lucky for Cotswolds, there are so many different bike cafes in the area.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't visited all of them, so hopefully
The problem
we do
is,
some of them.
in the Cotswolds, there's so many, but they're really close together. And so, yeah, we can't just go and visit all of them in one day because we
Why
would have
not?
far too much coffee and far too many burger and chips,
I
I
don't
reckon.
know.
And they got a lot of seating and things, but good for events here, an outdoor bar and whatnot in the teepee. And there's a car in a case over here, so curiosity's got the best of me and he's going to have a look and see what's in it. Oh, that, to me, looks like a absolute mint Ford Escort. It is, that is a Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Somebody's pride and joy, that one. Rather pretty looking Porsche. Porsche Boxster. Looking very nice in black. I don't know what it is about Porsches. To me, they all look pretty much the same. I'm sure there's lots of differences, and you guys will know more about it than I do. But it's interesting, you get people come over and take lots of photos and getting really excited about these Porsches. And I sort of feel like I lack enthusiasm about it. I appreciate it's a nice car. I don't know much about it. But on the flip side, the guy taking all the photos of that does not care about our motorcycles over there. Not very many bikes left here now. That's another one just turned up. And another one. Out of all these four-wheelers here, that one is probably my favourite. I think that's a beauty. Well, I feel like I should come back and be really manly and tell you about all the amazing cars I've just seen and all the different types of Porsches.
Yeah,
I've seen a black one,
yeah.
a white one, a silver one, and a couple others, I think. I've forgotten
One
already.
with some have a roof, some have no roof.
Yeah, some say Boxster, some say GT or GT2 on it.
Yeah.
And that's about as much as I do know. I did recognise that is a Ford Escort over there. I did recognise that one.
Good old Ford.
Yeah. Other than that, clearly cars ain't really my thing. But if it's your thing, or you know, you just like watching these things come and by, it's a great place to stop by. Glad we came.
On to the next one.
Let's go. Back to me bike where I belong. That's a rage buggy. I've been to a farm somewhere and we got to take these things and ride them off-road around a track. That was loads of fun. Got absolutely filthy doing that. That looks like proper fun. That looks like it needs some knobbly tyres on it and some really cool desert landscape to go ripping across. You got a nice Vauxhall Corsa there. They were really crap cars when I was younger, but some of the new ones now, they're really quite good. Kevin's lowered his little fat exhaust on it and all that sort of business, like you do. Well, they got a lot of space here. There's a big old car park down there. I bet on weekends and when they have events and things, I bet it's a really good atmosphere here.
I wonder if they do any bike nights.
I'm pretty sure they do. It can't just be cars, otherwise I wouldn't have come to hear about it, I guess.
I like they have signs everywhere literally saying "Don't be a dick."
There we go. Listen to my Benelli roar. We're riding the A429 now, which is the Foss Way, which may not be the beauty of the lakes, but do you know what, the countryside around there is just really stunning. It really helps on a day like this. It's impossible not to enjoy yourself when you're out on a bike in the sunshine. It also helps I am double dosed with caffeine from that last stop and raring to go. I don't know what it is, but I find myself counting Porsches now. I've seen about 3 since we left that cafe so far. Feels like everybody got one round here. Nice to see some bikes. Isn't it interesting though how people like us, for example, we become completely consumed by bikes. I've been completely obsessed. Oh, there's another Porsche went by, the white one. I've seen a few of the 911s. Anyway, forget the Porsches. We become completely consumed by bikes and the thoughts of bikes and the parts that we need for bikes and the clothes that we need for our bikes and all the rest of it. And yet other people, they couldn't give a damn about it. It seems impossible to me that, you know, it could be so much of an obsession to us, and, you know, the next bloke, well, he's just not fussed, not interested, don't like bikes, me, mate. Funny, isn't it? Wow, look at this. This is the small town of Morton on the Marsh, and it's absolutely beautiful. We've actually got full videos here and on Stowe on the Wold and that as well. You'll be able to find that on the channel. We're not going to stop today because we're getting a little bit pushed for time now, but if you do have time to stop as you're riding through, yeah, we really recommend it. You'll find a lot of bikers here and some really nice cafes, and yeah, it's just a really beautiful place to be. And if I'm not mistaken, oh look at that cool car. No idea what that is either. I am not a car guy, if you've not noticed. I can't remember if it's here or Burton on the Water. That was the home of Brum. And you can go and walk around the museum and everything where it was filmed. This is the old prison. There's a cafe and things in there. Sadly, we did plan to stop in for that one, but it shuts at 4 o'clock today, which is a real shame. So we're not going to quite make that one, but as we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of interesting places around here to visit, and we're hoping we're going to get to the next one just in time. He shuts at 5.
We've been riding for a while and I've been thinking about this, and honestly, every time I'm in the Cotswolds, it doesn't really matter which road I take, they're all beautiful, and all the buildings, everything is just great. Also makes you realize how poor you are. Yeah, 2 people on this little Chinese bikes. Definitely out of place.
And in front of us, we've been following for a little while, is these 2 Mercedes here. And they're obviously following each other here. SL 500s. I have no idea what that is, but they look like old classics to me.
They're pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having one, to be fair.
I don't know what it is to me in cars. I'd sooner have a nice transit van or something.
No, I do like a good car. But if I don't have one, it's fine, you know. My brother always has a nice car, so I can ride it when I'm there.
This is the CTO Motor Company, and it says online they close at 5. Oh, it looks like they're still open. Couple of nice Enfields and stuff here. Excellent. Hopefully we're in time just to show you what's here quickly and grab a coffee on our way. So there's a lovely cafe spot here, but as I say, we have turned up a little bit late, so they're closing up. But hopefully we got time just to nip in here and we'll have a look at some of the bikes that's here. What a place to sit and eat your dinner and have a coffee. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Really nice race bikes there.
Do they also sell bikes?
That's a 1994 singles TT Harris Yamaha. You don't see very many of these around now. That's a 1150 BMW. That's a beautiful Honda Blackbird there, set up for touring, the panniers and everything there. Very nice. Look at that Suzuki there with a rotary engine. That little beauty is a 1962 200cc Vespa. It's a vintage looking Harley Sportster there. And that one right beside it. What have you found?
I reckon I wouldn't do 10 miles on this. It looks very difficult and uncomfortable.
It looks really cool. It might be uncomfortable and completely impractical, but I still want it. And that's the beauty of bikes like that. You don't want to get your trousers caught in there though, would you? So the CTL Motor Company, they are renowned for selling, well, little beauties like this. RD250, look at that. That looks like it came out of the factory yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. And a 350 next to it. And an older 250 there. Lovely Kawasaki Z650 and its bigger brother, the 900. And another there on the CB. There are some real beauties hiding here in this shed. Every kind of bike as well. And look at that. Ian Kennedy Triton. And a Speedway bike here. We used to have Speedway in Exeter. Used to go there on a Monday evening. Highlight of the week. Absolutely love that. Every time I smell a 2-stroke bike, that's where it takes me back to the Speedway track. But sadly, those days are no more. What have we got over here? This looks like a Buell, I think. Yeah, that's a Buell. 1200cc, so I believe that's the Sportster Harley engine in there, or very similar, in a sports bike. Awesome, that must be so much fun. Loads and loads of torque. And another one there. All 1200cc, yeah, that's definitely the Sportster engine in there. And barely an engine in that one, look at that. And yet, I bet somebody was really proud to have that one day. What else have we got over here? Suzuki TL1000S, also commonly known as the Widowmaker, because if you don't behave yourself, that's exactly what happens. Of course, a Ninja there. Some little trials bikes. And the van there, always really popular. These little bikes, you know, look at the size of that seat. You can travel anywhere in comfort on that. Not very fast, mind, but you'll get there. It's on an Isle of Man number plate, that one. What have we got here? Something a bit more our style, this one. That is the Honda Cross Tourer with a VFR engine inside it. More your adventure style VFR. Really nice. I had one of the original VFRs, the VTEC one, some years ago. I really enjoyed mine. Nice Harley there. A Screaming Eagle kit on it. I think that's the Breakout. I'm not sure on that one. A very fast looking sidecar outfit there.
Just found out that tomorrow there is a sidecar event here.
Eva's not seen the speedway bikes before, and I was just showing her.
I definitely fancy a go at that.
I'll tell you what, that must be a proper hard work. I remember rightly from Exeter Speedway, it was the Exeter Falcons, and these things would set off down the first straight into the first corner sideways, and I think they get to about 60 mile an hour with only a clutch. There's no brakes. That's it, just big balls, a clutch, and an engine that goes like shit. Awesome fun. You never forget it when you see it.
That back sprocket and the chain just looks absolutely massive. I bet there is a good reason for it.
There is. The bigger the back sprocket, the quicker your acceleration is going to be. You'll get immediate power, but a lack of top end. But you don't need that when you're riding in circles. Well, luckily for us, one of the owners came out and recognised we're walking around with the cameras, so we had a chat, and really interesting actually. There's a lot of history here with the bikes and stuff. But it turns out that that's what I thought was a speedway bike is actually a grass track bike, and it belongs to the owner's son. And it's a 500cc single, and it sounds like he was doing very well in the competitions and things.
And it's definitely not for sale.
It's not, but yeah, he rode for the Isle of Wight Speedway team and Swindon Speedway, and yeah, did very well. But sadly, he's moved away from it now. We're also told that there's a sidecar event here on tomorrow. Sadly, we're not here, but there's some racing sidecar outfits here, and they're going to start them up and all the rest of it. So it looks like there's a lot of good events going on with a massive variety of bikes. So.
I don't know how we haven't visited before, but we just found out that this place hasn't been actually operating as a motorcycle cafe for a very long time, so that's an excuse for us why we haven't seen this last time.
But you definitely need to come here, not as late as we have in the day, because there's a lot to see. You'll want to spend a good hour walking around looking at these machines.
Yes, I'm glad we've made it just before they close. But definitely, I need more time in here to look at all the bikes.
I feel like we found treasure. Wow, what lovely people in there.
Honestly,
it's always the same. When people have the passion of motorcycles, you can stand and talk forever.
It's just so good. Everyone has been so nice to us. Shame we arrived right when they were closing, but
apparently they are
great.
Super busy. They've only been open a little while, but people are queuing here on Sundays and things as well. So, and
I'm waiting for that first bike night so we can maybe pop down here one day.
Well, definitely come back here. And you know, when you're passing through, this is the obvious place to stop for a break on your ride. So
it's amazing. Well, whenever you're in Cotswolds, CTL Motor Company, it's a place worth visiting.
Alright, well, neither bike will be very fast unless we get some petrol, which was of course the other way. But always like that, isn't it? When you're looking at the sat nav and you're not sure which way it is, you take a gamble, it's always the other way. Nice bit of bank holiday motorway driving, look at this, eh? I'll tell you, I cannot tell you the misery that I feel when I am trapped in a car on a day like this. It's always on a hot day, isn't it, when you get stuck on the motorway for hours. Absolute misery. Just another example of why I'm so glad to live the bike life. Cars do not interest me one bit.
So much better being on the bike in a situation like this. Well, that's 3 hours on the motorway done. It was quite painful. We had one stop.
That went on, I'll tell you.
Well, we had one stop. There was a lot of filtering, as you can see. There was a lot of traffic, a lot of blue lights all around us. So
Yeah, well, the thing is, if the blue lights aren't for you, I always try to remember this, when the traffic's really bad or there's hold-ups because of accidents and things, you know, there's some poor soul at the front who's having a worse time than you waiting in the traffic. So.
yeah, I think there was an accident on the opposite side of the motorway, but on the way we were, there was quite a lot of cars that were broken down, waiting for recovery, and that also slows down the traffic.
Well, such is life. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the couple of places we've visited today. We want to thank you for joining us as always, and don't forget you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook and hit that thumbs up button for us. It really helps us out. Thanks very much for your support. Until next time, love you, bye.
Bye.